Friday Tonight Show. My name is Emmett Carswell, filling in for your regular host, Lance Burgess, who is currently skydiving with Appalachian monkeys deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Or at least that's what he told me. Come to think of it, I don't think there are any monkeys in the Appalachians, and I don't think it's legal to skydive with them either. I'll have to check back with him on what he's actually doing. Anyway, I'm very glad to be here with you and can't wait to dive into our program. Last week we had a very interesting discussion, and I hear a failed demonstration about creating life. The Bible says that in the beginning of, anything, God created the heavens and the earth. I've done some research and have noted that he created it all in 6 days. To help us sort out all that information, I would like to introduce our first guest with his popular game show, The Great American Matchup. Please welcome Carson O'Toole.
Well, hello, Emmett, and hello to you as well, audience. I am truly delighted to be here. For the contest today, I will need two contestants from the audience. You and you. Please come up here. Okay, so here's how the game works. On the board in front of you, so each person goes to their own board, you will see the numbers 1 through 7, and beneath the game board are the corresponding images you will need to match to each of the different days of creation. You will have 1 minute to match the images to the correct day. Use the pins to pin your images below the day to the board. When the minute is up, we'll compare the answers on each of your boards and see if either of you got it right. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Ready, set, go. Great job, guys. Now, let's check your answers with the Bible. The Bible says that on the first day, God created the day and the night. On the second day, he created the sky. Okay. On the third day, he created the seas and every plant and seed. Day 4 was the sun, moon, and stars. On the 5th day, he created birds and fish. And on the 6th day, he created all the land animals and human beings. On the 7th day, he rested. Yeah! So now you guys can head back to your seats. And
I don't think either of them won.
I don't. But nice job, guys.
Nice job, guys. Thanks so much, Carson. That's a lot of information to go through.
It is, but so important. God created the world in a special and unique order, saving the best for last.
The best for last? What do you mean?
Human beings, of course. God created them after everything else with something that he didn't use for anything else he created.
Oh, what is that something?
His image. God created human beings to be an imprint of himself. Animals, trees, fish, plants, birds, the sun, the moon, stars, they are all beautiful and intricately created things, but only humans are made in the image of God and are like him in his character.
Wow, that makes me feel special.
It should. We are very treasured and loved by God because he has created each of us individually and with great care. Of all his creation, we are the most important and special to him.
Thanks so much, Carson, for sharing that with us. We really enjoyed having you with us tonight.
I really enjoyed being here. Thanks for having me. Have a great night, everyone.
And it's time for our commercial break. I hope you all stay tuned for our next segment.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like a nice gathering of children. Do we think they're carrying anything valuable? Gold, perhaps? Pirate can always need more gold. I'll bet they are. Now, what do we think the best way would be to separate it from them? Separate the gold from the children. Oh. Nah. Ooh. Nah. I've got it! The good old-fashioned pirate trick will make them walk the plank! All right, who's first? Nah. Thankfully for you all, I'm not that kind of pirate. Perhaps instead of the dreaded plank, you'd like to hear one of my famous pirate stories. Pirates do have all kinds of stories, you know. And as you can see, I'm not just any kind of pirate. I am the infamous Captain Scurvylegs. Let's not talk about the scurvy part. I'm old now, but once I was young, very young, and I dreamed of sailing the open seas, much like yourself. I dreamed of slashing through tropical forests and finding so much gold. All the gold! One day when I was searching for some gold to add to my collection, I came across a treasure of infinite value. Wouldn't you like to know what it is? It was a treasure that a chest couldn't contain and gold could not buy. It was a treasure beyond all imagining. Now you see, the key to finding this treasure lies...
Mr. Legs, you have 30 seconds left.
Okay. I forgot we were on a live TV show. All right, we are recording right now. We have 30 seconds left. So, we don't have much time. We're going to have to do this quickly. But I do have enough time to relay the critical points. So listen up. These are of the utmost importance. In just 8 short weeks, on the 26th of July, we are going to be embarking on a journey to Mystery Island. And you all must come because we are going to search and uncover the most unimaginable treasure of all time. You're going to receive the training that you need to find that treasure, but we need a really big crew, and I hate to say it, this is not going to be enough. Yes, all of you are invited. In fact, raise your hand if you are going to join me on this quest. All right, but we're going to need more crew members than this. So I'm going to need you all to go out and invite as many of your friends as we can, and hopefully we'll have a big enough crew as we set sail for Mystery Island. Can you do that for me? You will receive further instructions when you leave tonight. Now enjoy the rest of the show and Godspeed on your journey. I've been to Mystery Island once. It's not for the faint of heart. Good night, children.
we're back with the First Friday Tonight Show. I'm Emmett Carsiles filling in for your regular host, Lance Burgess, who probably isn't skydiving with monkeys in the Amazon. And I'd like to introduce you to our next guest, who has agreed to a rare appearance as a First Friday Tonight Show exclusive, the first human being God created. Please welcome Adam. Hello, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on our First Friday Tonight Show. And it looks like you brought a friend with you. Is this your wife?
Yes, hi, hello. I am Eve. I'm surprised you haven't heard of me. I mean, I know Adam was the first human ever created, but I was the second. When we got the invitation to be on the show tonight, I was a little disappointed that my name wasn't on it. But then I realized it was just a simple mistake. I mean, it's just 3 letters, right? It's so easy to forget 3 letters. But we are so excited to be here at the First Friday Tonight Show. You won't believe the stories we have to tell.
Wow. Okay, well, welcome to both of you, Adam and Eve. Adam, let's start with a question for you. Since you were the first person ever created, you are the only one who knows what it's like to be the only person on Earth. Can you tell us what that was like?
Well, let me tell you. The Earth is a pretty big place when there's only 2 people in it. Adam always told me how quiet it was before I was created. I mean, can you imagine having no one to talk to? That would just be terrible, don't you think? Although sometimes I think I know how he felt, because Adam doesn't talk much. Often, I think I'm just talking to myself. Just talking and talking and talking, and suddenly, I realize Adam isn't there anymore. And that's when I think I know how he felt before I was created. And it was just quiet all the time. God made us to communicate. Don't you agree?
Yes, I suppose that is true. As a professional communicator, I must say I agree with you. Thank you, Eve, for your input.
Oh, no problem. I love answering questions. What else did you want to ask?
Well, what can you tell us about where you lived?
Before or after it happened?
Let's start from before, right from the beginning.
Okay, so that would be the Garden of Eden.
Ah, yes, Eden. That was the shortest, the best time of our lives. Oh, remember right at the beginning, after you named all the animals, but sometimes you would forget their names? And then, sometimes, in the middle of the night, you would remember and shout out, hippopotamus, or crocodile, or fruit fly.
Yeah, I guess my memory was never one of my strengths.
Oh, and the fruit. There were so many different kinds, growing on all the trees and the vines. I could just sing about how ripe and sweet they were. We shared with all the animals, but there was always plenty to go around. I've always been more of a fruit girl, but for all you veggie lovers, you could make up a pretty mean salad bar right there in the middle of the garden as well.
Well, not right in the middle.
Why not? What was in the middle of the garden?
The tree.
The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Wow, that's a long name. I never realized what a long name that was. Basically, God said we could eat whatever we wanted, except the fruit from that tree. So Adam is right. We couldn't have made a salad bar there.
Why was it so important that you didn't just eat from that one tree?
I don't really know. That's what God said. He said, you must never eat it. If you do, you will die.
Why would God create a tree that you shouldn't even eat from?
I don't really know the answer.
Well, I think that God wanted to give us an opportunity to obey him. Without that tree, how could we have shown that how much we loved him? It's like when you're a child and you obey your parents because you love them. It's one of the ways that you can show them that you love them, by obeying the rules that they make for you.
Wow, I guess that does make sense. I just have one more question for you. What was the best part of living in the Garden of Eden?
Oh my goodness, how do you even choose? There's the food.
Okay, actually, I'd like to answer this question if that's okay with you, Eve.
Of course, why didn't you say so before?
Yeah. All right. Well, I think the best part of being the first person, or the people on Earth, was to have constant communication with, and friendship, really, with God. The very God who created me, who breathed life into my lungs, he spoke with me daily as we walked around the garden together. It was truly incredible.
Wow, that has to be absolutely wonderful.
It was far better than absolutely wonderful. And it's something that I wouldn't trade for anything. I hope you don't mind, but I was poking around a little bit, and I stumbled across the first episode of the First Friday Tonight Show when I was preparing for it, and it looks like you actually have been talking about creation.
Of course that's fine. Yes, we have learned about how life began on our last episode.
Well, one of my absolute favorite stories that God told me was how he created the whole world, the light and the animals and the land and the moon and the stars and the fish, and finally even myself, all from nothing, about how he breathed his very life into our lungs. Isn't it amazing to think that the very breath that we're breathing came from him? It's his breath.
That had to be the coolest experience. Tell us more about what you learned when you were talking to God. It always has been so astonishing to me how God created his world with great effort. He has made this very world beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, well, I guess I may as well just tell the whole story. So, this is what God told me. The first day he created light. So everything was dark and formless and it was just water. So he created light on the first day. On the second day, he created the water and he created the sky and he separated them. And then on the third day, he put the water in one place and he created the land and he created all the plants and all of the living green things that we see on the earth, all the vegetables and all the fruits. On the fourth day, he decided that there needed to be lights in the heavens to provide the light. So he created the sun, moon, and the stars, and the days, and the seasons, and time, and the calendar that we have today. On the fifth day, he created the birds, and he created the fish in the sea. All these different things to fill creatures, beautiful creatures, to fill the sky and fill the water. And then on the sixth day, finally, he created all the animals, all the things that live on the land. Everything from the largest elephant to the tallest giraffe, down to the smallest ant, all the little creepy crawlers. But the best part was every time he would tell me what he created, he would always say, it was very good.
God really had lots of wonderful creativity as he created this world. He truly thought of everything. So when were you created, and on which day?
That was the sixth day.
That's right. He created me to be over the animals. So he took the dust from the ground and formed me and breathed his life into me. He made me in his own image, which is just amazing to think about, that I was made to look like God. And therefore you're made to look like God. You look like him. And he named me Adam, which means the father of all life. And I got to name all the animals that were in the garden, which was just so cool.
Whoa, so like lion, otter, beaver, whale, and zebra? You named them all? What creativity.
Yeah, some were more creative than others. Like I was really proud of hippopotamus, and some of them I just didn't have any ideas, so I just fly. But yeah, he also gave me a beautiful home. It was called the Garden of Eden. It was beautiful gardens and beautiful rivers and everything you can imagine. It was just paradise.
That sounds like perfection to me.
Yeah, it really was.
Wow, what an amazing God we serve. I see that we are actually completely out of time. Would you mind joining us next month to talk about the darker days?
We'd love to come back.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Adam and Eve, for being with us tonight. We will see you again in September to continue our discussion. Thank you all for joining us at the First Friday Tonight Show, and we'll see you next time.